Hello guys and welcome to this video. So in the previous video we spoke about the dashboard, that is the business intelligence dashboard, and then how it actually gives immediate insight into detailed reports to the business manager and anyone with clearance of business manager and above. Now in this tutorial I'll be taking you through our next model, which is the billing model. The billing model is also considered as a core model for the business, that is to say, at the shop level, because this is the model the cashier will be using every time of the day to record sales and then events that happens in the shop. From making sales to recording expenses made while selling and also items damaged while selling, the billing model covers all and then actually covers it in details. And in this video, I'll be taking you through the billing model from its start to the end. Now, when you open your Venta POS and after your login, you are already aware of where to find your model navigations. From your immediate left after the dashboard, we have billing. Now, when you click on billing, it's supposed to open your billing screen, but we are faced with a prompt. This is not an error. This is just a prompt that is informing us that we need to start a shift. And let me explain to you what a shift is. Now, there are shops that run shifts. Mostly retail outlets, they run shifts with their staffs. And shift here is a moment in which transactions happen. Some shops I know run minimum 2 shifts in a day. So what our POS does is, aside linking a transaction to whoever did the transaction, we also link the transaction to the moment the transaction happened in a day. So you can have multiple shifts in a day. So before a cashier starts making sales in a day, they have to initiate a shift, and that shift belongs to the cashier. And at the end of their shift, they have a report that the manager can use to compare from what the system says they've accumulated during their shift to what they are presenting as their end of shift accountability. So first, to start any transaction in a billing screen, you have to start a shift. And the button is down here. When you click on start shift, you will get a confirmation prompt that will ask you, are you sure you want to start shift for machine number 1? So you either select yes or no. Now when you select no, it cancels the whole procedure. When you select yes, it takes you to another screen, another prompt that requires you to select a shift date. And I'm going to explain to you why we've made this very flexible. Now, in our system, we handle a lot of configurations in a file. And this configuration can make your setup either rigid or flexible. If you are in an organization whereby everything is rigid, and rigid not in a bad way, as in you want the human being to be able to actually modify like things like shift date, we can enable it from the system settings where the shift management is set to strict, and then a user cannot select a custom date. Now, if it's set to strict, the default day for a shift will be today, the day you are clicking to start a shift. Now, we also have flexibility in the sense that considering shops that make transactions like in quantity, they make like, let's say, less than 10 transactions, but in volume they make like, let's say, that is in volume they make less than 10, and in revenue they make like over, let's say, 100,000 CDs in a day. Now let's say you sell a car, and because you sell a car, transaction happened that you didn't record it, and then tomorrow you realize that yesterday you made a sale of 1 car but you didn't record the sale. We are giving you the flexibility to be able to start a shift against the date the sales happen, because everything in our system has to do with data intelligence. So you as a business owner, to get much and enough intelligence from Venta POS, time and date stamps are very important to transactions. So you have the liberty to actually start a shift on a custom day, and you also have the liberty to start a shift just as now. And as you can see, the system is selecting today state as like the immediate date to start a shift. Now, let's say I am not interested in starting this shift today. I'm interested to start this shift on Saturday. That is the past Saturday. When you click on the calendar icon over here, it will give you a list of dates, and I can select, like, let's say I'm selecting Sunday to make my sales because I made a couple of sales that I didn't record, and that was on Sunday.